Right, so to make a bar graph, the first thing we need to do is to figure out what variables from our data table go on to the two axes. So I have favorite music here, and I have the number of people. So the x-axis generally gets the variable that you're testing, or the independent variable, which in this case was the different types of music. So we're going to put as our x-axis variable favorite music. On the y-axis, we're going to put the variable that we're measuring, or the dependent variable, which is the number of people. Right, on the x-axis, we're going to put our different groups. So we have rap, we have pop, we have country, and we have classical. So there's our categories. And then on the y-axis, we need to figure out a scale that will cover the amount of, or the numbers of the data that we have here. So I find the easiest way to do that is to take my largest data point, which in this case is 34. So if I break out my calculator, I have 34. I'm going to divide that by the number of increments on the graph. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if I take 34 and divide that by 10, I get 3.4. It's really hard to count by 3.4s. So I'm going to choose a number that is above 3.4 that's easy to count by. So in this case, I might choose 4 or maybe even 5. So in this case, I'm going to choose 4. So I'm going to count by 4s here. So this would be 4. Next would be 8. Okay, so now that I have my scale set up, counting by 4s, I can put my bars on my graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag these bars onto the graph and then adjust for each group. So I'm going to use this red one for my rap group. So I'm going to put it over the rap group. And then that was 20 as my measurement. So I'm going to take this bar and I'm going to move it up to the 20. I'm going to use orange for pop. So I'm going to put it over my pop group, and pop was 34. So I'm going to click on this little dot here, and I'm going to raise this bar up to 34. I'm going to use yellow for country. So country was 12. So I'm going to raise this up to 12. And then I'm going to use green for classical. And classical was 6. So I'm going to put that bar at 6. And I've made my bar graph.